Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome you all to part 7 of Game of Thrones on the PlayStation 3. We are exactly where we were at the end of part 6. And we're off to see Queen Cercei, believe it or not. The throne room. We've got to suck up to her majorly, apparently, from what Varys was telling us. Bind Queen Cercei and obtain her support. Easy.
Halt! Who are you? State your business.
I am Alester Sarwick, loyal servant to the crown. I wish to have an audience with Queen Cercei.
The Queen only receives petitioners when holding court. Why don't you explain how you got into the throne room instead? Guards, seize him!
Just a moment, Sir Celtigar. Bring me that man.
Alright, piqued her interest.
My thanks for granting me an audience, Your Grace. I am Alester Sarwick of Riverspring, bannerman to House Lannister.
Yes, that name conjures something. You're the man who was arrested for murdering the Goldcloaks. What I don't know, on the other hand, is how you managed to barge straight into the heart of the Red Keep. Explain to me, then, how you were able to evade the palace guards.
Uh-oh. I do not wish to tell the truth. I did not escape from the Red Keep.
If I may be so bold, means matter little to one such as myself. What truly counts are the ends. I could have left this keep without looking back, but I would rather offer my talents to the crown.
You may rise, sir. You have my full attention.
Many thanks, Your Grace.
Despite your goodwill, know that you are taking terrible risks. If I must take you into my service, I would first be certain of your absolute loyalty. How did a prisoner such as yourself come all the way up from the dungeons?
Even at that price, I cannot betray Varys. Let us now discuss Lyanna's marriage. The Queen is influential. We should flatter her ego.
Your Grace, I left the Red Keep in order to come of my own free will and submit to your wisdom. I place myself in your merciful hands. Know that I was imprisoned here after an unfortunate misunderstanding. However, it is as your humble servant that I wish to leave the Red Keep.
Why do you wish to assist me? What is it you want?
I learned that my sister, Lyanna, was promised to Valar. An unfortunate choice, I'm afraid.
How so?
Because he is bastard-born, Your Grace. Not only would it be a poor alliance, but our father's blood runs in his veins. I cannot accept such an improper marriage.
Let me remind you that Sir Valar was knighted by my own father, Lord Tywin Lannister. That alone should convince you of his merit as future Lord of Riverspring. And if I'm not mistaken, your brother Garwin is accused of killing your father, is he not? When your sister came to see me, I saw no other choice. Sir Valar grew up at Riverspring in the heart of the castle itself. He was the one capable of ensuring the protection of these lands, as well as that of your sisters.
With your permission, my lady, I have returned, and as the firstborn son of my house, it is up to me to decide what happens to my family. No doubt my long absence has left me but a distant memory to many here, but I am still my father's lawful heir.
Why do you not submit your grievance to the king when he is holding court? I'm certain that your request will be granted.
That decision should be made by House Lannister. She can decide in the king's stead.
Riverspring is under the rule of House Lannister. In any decision regarding its future, the king will defer to you or to your father. I decided to come straight to you in order to avoid wasting time.
Very astute, my lord. But you will understand that, however generous she may be, a queen may not act strictly out of charity. There are important tasks which must be carried out with the utmost discretion and efficiency. Would you be ready to undertake such a task for your queen?
My loyalty to my queen has never wavered. Tell me what you wish of me, and I will not disappoint.
Very well, Sir Alester. Your request has been heard. Serve me well, and I will make certain that Riverspring is returned to you. Disappoint me, and we will allow the king's justice to follow its course in your regard.
That will not happen.
I am delighted to hear that. We have it from reliable sources that enemies of the crown are running unchecked in King's Landing, and I want their heads. And since it appears that you and Sir Valar have the same objective, it is my wish that you carry out this mission together.
Oh, good.
Why not use this opportunity to find out who is more dedicated, you or your half-brother?
Valar, absolutely not. I must prove Gawain innocent, or lie to have the reward withdrawn. What? Or lie to have the reward withdrawn.
Your Grace, I would like to discuss one last matter with you. It concerns my brother, Gawain. I was at Riverspring for my father's burial, and there is, for the moment, no proof that my brother killed our father. I know not who informed the crown of my brother's guilt, but it would seem that he was judged too quickly. I dare ask one more favor of you. Please withdraw this accusation until there is formal proof of his guilt.
I see. It is an enormous boon that you ask of me. Very well. To prove my faith in your abilities, I will lift the reward on your brother's head. The watch will leave him in peace. For the moment.
I praise your Grace's generosity.
For now, go and await me in the antechamber. There are matters I must discuss in private with Sir Valar. We will speak again shortly.
Excellent, and we've leveled up. Whoop whoop. What is this here? Another seal of knowledge that's so rare you find them behind every other chair. It's alright there, my mate. Just nicking your ring. Thank you. I have to go this way, I think. Wow. Bit of screen, well, there's a bit of screen tearing, but otherwise it looks quite good, doesn't it?
They say he's learned sorcery. You've been reading too many fables, my friend. No, it must be something else.
Yeah, it is that way. Well, should we level up first? Let's have a look. Just in case, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, we've got a whole point to spend here, people. Well, now, we're a speed character. So let's just remind ourselves what is what here. I think... strength and agility for swords. Agility and intelligence for blunt weapons, of which I've done nothing with. Now that's interesting. Short blades is one of mine as well. Light armor is agility and luck. So pretty much everything then. Agility and luck, strength and agility. So agility is a big one. And strength and luck. Yeah, that's why we've got the extra on agility, I think. Let's go for a strength then. We haven't got luck up at all, have we? Chance of finding extra loot. and getting critical hits after successful deflection. Luck. Well, let's do a luck. Let's do a luck. You never know. Might get some extra bits and bobs that we pick up. We've got 2 moves to get here. Lovely. Your confidence increases with every dodge you perform. Damage plus 5% after each dodge. Max of plus 25%. Strike all enemies surrounding you. Yes, please. Within a range of 3 meters. This ability is executed from your current position. Damage times 1. Well, I'm definitely taking that. Stun your opponent by striking them in the face. In the face! Taunt your enemies so they rush towards you. No, I don't want that. Effortlessly find. What was that other one? Oh, that was the provoke one, was it? Taunt. You can read your enemy's movements, making it easier to be. Stick to this side for now. This is a passive as well, so we'll take that. And party! Your confidence increases with every dodge you perform. Plus 5% damage after each dodge. Max of 20 plus 25%. R'hllor! Let's take another one of these. Increase the burn rate on an opponent who is already on fire. Your regenerative heat ability is less restrictive and lasts longer. Oh, yes, please. That heals as that does. Ooh, use Flame of Life to revive a teammate who has been knocked out. Excellent. It's not happened much, but it has happened. Right, well, I think we need to start being a bit more clever with this, because it seems we need something for damage against heavy armour, damage against medium armour. At the moment, we've only got light armour damage, haven't we? Yeah. Damage against light armour on swords. So we need to sort it out. Having said that, yeah, I'm not convinced that we get anything other than more health from this. Bonus for this equipment is plus 41 HP. Made mainly of leather, light armour does not provide the fighter with much protection. However, it is best choice for armour of agility. Allows the use of more abilities. Right, so the bonus is that you get your abilities, more abilities to use. Well, it doesn't use as much energy to use the abilities, I guess that's what it's saying. The bonus applies when wearing light armour. Right, okay, so I don't think it's quite as massively important as we think it might be. So I think what we need to do is try and get this up. Medium armor, short blades. Heavy armor's the... It's a bit annoying we've only got 2 weapon sets, because you can't carry 3 different types of weapon, can you? That said, it's not like we've struggled through fights, but according to... It's the bonuses you get by using them. The damage against light armor is plus 15%. Damage against heavy armor is plus 15%, so on and so forth. So, you know... It's whether or not we just live with it and just get the swords uber, or whether we actually bother trying to balance it out. 15% is pretty. It's quite a lot. Do you know what? Let's just get uber at swords for now. So our hit chance goes up, and our damage. The damage doesn't go up that much, does it? It's only going up like 1.09 at the minute, and then they put all of those points on, it goes up to 1.17. It's not a huge amount. Or does it feel like a huge amount? Maybe it is more than I think. Because it's not 1.17%, is it? It's 1.17%. Alright, we'll put it on the swords for now and we'll... I'm actually... memories came flooding back to you during your first meeting with Varys. 1 extra skill point earned per level. Alright, does that mean we're getting those all the time? Memories came flooding back during your first meeting with Varys. Yeah, it looks like it. You demonstrated... Yeah. Nice. Right, I think we're done. So experience... Oh. We've got 4,000 experience of 6,000 already. We must have got a gazillion bloody experience points for that, finishing that section. There he is.
Alester, what are you doing here? You were supposed to rot in the dungeons.
That is indeed what I feared, but the light of her lore guided my steps out.
Sybelle, the Queen awaits your presence.
We shall meet again, Alester.
Yeah, I think you can probably guarantee that.
Sooner than you think.
Oh, we're going back to Moors. Molestown, maybe? So we should be on present day. Crow.
So, just like that, Jon Arryn was dead.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid it's true. The royal seal and the missive was still unbroken when the Raven arrived.
That would mean that he passed shortly after I left King's Landing. I will pray to the Seven that his soul receives the welcome it deserves. He was a great man.
In his letter, he mentioned being wary of those around him. He feared for his life and talked about enemies of the realm who were preparing to strike. A troubling coincidence. I'll wager it has something to do with the girl.
Who knows? In any case, he must have thought her very important.
Do you still hope to carry out your mission, Sir Donnely?
Yes. I shall not betray my lord's last wish. I must finish carrying out his orders and find a safe place for the girl. Now that we have an idea of where she is, there is no need to trouble you any longer.
You underestimate the Molestown tunnels. They're quite a labyrinth for newcomers. You'll need my expertise.
I would also prefer one of us to accompany you. I'd rather know what's going on in the gift.
Very well. I have a host of men waiting south of Castle Black on the way towards Molestown. I hope to meet with them and gather any news before proceeding. Jared, my lieutenant, will have warned my men of our arrival.
I'm counting on you, Moors. Report to me when you've finished your mission.
We'll leave immediately. I just need to make sure of one last thing.
As you wish, sir.
Theomar! Dick! Lion! I shall accompany Sir Donnely to Molestown. His camp is close by. I am counting on you to get there as soon as possible. You must ensure that peace is maintained in the gift.
Very well, Moors.
Let us ride, sir. It's a long way to Molestown.
I'm right behind you.
Accompany Sir Godric to Molestown to help him find the woman that John Arryn so wants to protect. Seems reasonable. Look at that wall, eh? Good grief. Actually, he was ready to go, wasn't he? I don't think we need to do anything with him because I'm pretty sure we kitted him out and then it jumped to Sarwick. So, alright. We've got 2 milk of poppies. We've got 6 of those. Seems reasonable. Right, let's go then. This way. We've got 2 ways to go. Why? Might be 2 exits, to be fair. Right, we are off to Molestown. That's interesting. Certain abilities are unavailable unless you've equipped the right weapon. Interesting.
John Arryn, dead. I still can't believe it. That sly old fox was tougher than Valerian steel.
Yes, it's unfortunate news, but I won't let it interfere with the mission he assigned me. I think we're close. My men would have set up camp in the area.
Oh, hello. How are you supposed to come back with John there when he's... Well, here's the men.
Something's not right.
Not getting any sense of any sort to follow. Right then. Well, I think the green one now is the one that we just found. But that, yeah, I was going to say we can't get through where the dog gets through, so got to find another route, haven't we? Where's the camp? $25 coin. Bloody hell, that was quite good, wasn't it? It's well worth looking for those things. What's that pink marker? Pink marker might be the woman, actually. So. Robart.
Sir Donnely, did everything go well in Castle Black?
All is well. As we had hoped, the Night's Watch is here to help us. I gave Sir Westford the missive I have here. He knows where to find the girl. What's going on here? Let me hear your report.
We were able to position some men here and scout the area. The region seems safe.
We're in Night's Watch territory. The lands are obviously well protected.
Of course, my lord. Jared passed this way. He took some men with him to scout the village south of here.
I never promised such a thing. Jared forgets who gives the orders here. I'll make sure to remind him in due time. We'll continue our journey, Sir Westford. Let's go towards Molestown, where we'll probably find Jared. Robart, stay in your position and await my return.
As you wish, sir.
Little hidey hole there, isn't there? Oh, there's a scent as well, look. Oh, hello. There's another one. Nice. I love this feature. It's brilliant. Not sure how interesting it is to watch, but it's really cool to play. Pretty sure we've been here already, haven't we, for that chest? Right, let's just see if we can get our loot. Tribal sword, two-handed.
Well, I was born in Winterfell, but I don't like it here.
Sellsword breastplate. That's heavy armor, I think. .24 damage on the per second on the sword. 62.5 to 76. It's a big jump, but it is two-handed, which means we'd have to lose the shield. I think that's pretty much the armour we were going to pick up, but there's a couple of perks on Gorn's armour. Mainly the 12% health recovery. That looks smart though, doesn't it? Looks a bit more like it than bloody Gorn's armour, which are like...
Have you forgotten that you're here in service to a lord? Hold your tongue.
Right, I'm now wondering what the yellow, the pink marker is, because there's actually a yellow arrow to go where we are meant to be going. So let's just suss this out. Oh, it's something to do with the dog. Oh, right, is it just where the dog... Oh, I don't know. No idea. Because he's now pink, isn't he? Yeah, I think it's just where the dog is, isn't it? They seem to separate, though, anyway. Right, onward. We're heading to Mole's Town. Molly, 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 Molly. Ooh, hello. Another seal of knowledge. It's so rare, would you believe, that it's worth a lot of money. Even though we keep finding them everywhere. It's like the only thing we keep finding. Here we go.
You know something. Spill it before I scatter your teeth onto the floor.
Jared's a nice guy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I swear. I'm but a simple traveling merchant.
Enough, Jared.
What? Oh. It's you, Sir Godric. This peasant refuses to answer my questions.
Leave him alone.
You can leave.
Very well, my lord. Thank you.
I haven't finished with him.
Yes, you have. No one tortures the people of the gift without good reason.
And you'll do what? Hang me, like you did my brother? Try it. I could use a laugh.
This fool has no idea what who he's talking to. Let's try to be diplomatic. He doesn't deserve my wasting spittle over him.
Sir Godric, silence your mongrel. We haven't time to waste.
Did you hear what he said, Jared? If I had wanted your help, I would have asked for it. Your behavior is disgraceful. But silence! Return to camp and await me there. Sir Westford, his behavior is unacceptable. I offer my most humble apologies.
Just make sure he doesn't delay us.
I'll keep an eye on him. How do you plan on finding the girl?
John Arryn's letter mentions the whores at the brothel. We'll start there.
Do you think they'll talk?
The Night's Watch is in charge around here. I've had a few dealings with the local madam before, when sworn brothers found their way to her establishment. If she knows something, I'll soon find out.
The hamlet seems tiny. We'll have gone through it in no time.
Don't let yourself be fooled. The Mole's Town is much bigger than it seems. More than 3/4 of the town is underground. The underground tunnels were dug by several generations of people. Living below the surface protects them from the cold. And in the midst of the tunnels is the whorehouse. I'm sure that's where we'll find the girl. This much was clear in the letter.
I see. So she's hidden among the whores. Few would think to look for her there. Lord John Arryn certainly was a diligent man.
Right then.
I don't know what I shall do.
Leave with us. There's work in the south. There isn't much left for us to do here anyway.
Sometimes worth listening to the little side conversations. They're not having one, they're just staring at each other. It's a stare-off. A hooded stare-off. Tunnels of Mole's Town. Not sure if there'll be any loot kicking around the corners of this place, but it's worth looking, isn't it, I suppose? I suppose. It's not looking overly likely, is it? Let's crack on. Tunnels of Mole's Town. Yes, it is. I'm going down the tunnels of Mole's Town. Whatever you do, make certain your hands are clean. Always. Hey, my dog's allowed in.
My castle's big enough for all of you.
Aye, aye. Sybelle. Let's have a look around, shall we, first? I say, lots of boobies around this place. I suppose it was to be expected, after all the kind of establishment we are in.
Well, well, if it isn't the great Mors Westford, hero of Castle Black, what can I do for you, handsome? Why don't you join me in my chambers, and I'll show you what a
She's got all scabs everywhere. Ooh.
The day the wall collapses, I'll think about your proposition.
charming as usual. So, what are you here for? Come to take your lost crows home? Walder brought in a new boy. I believe his name is Patrek. They're in the back. Do with him what you will. But no brawling in my establishment.
No, I'm not here for pleasure. I'm looking for a girl.
Then you're here for the same reason as everyone else. What is your pleasure? Fair hair? Brown hair? Dancers? A girl skilled with her tongue?
No use beating around the bush, thank you. Shake her down for information.
Tell me, Sybelle, when was the last time a newcomer turned up at Molestown?
I don't know. Quite a while ago. Why?
Because I've heard that a girl recently arrived in town. A young woman fleeing.
What was she fleeing from?
The kind of danger that would force someone to hide out in a remote place like Molestown. Men who want to kill her at any cost, for instance.
And she meant to hide here until the world had forgotten about her?
That's right.
But what did she do?
I don't know. But I hope to find her before those other men do.
I would like to help you, but I'm afraid I've not seen your mystery girl. If a Southron girl had turned up, I think I would have known.
We didn't say it was a Southron girl.
Southron?
Yeah.
I just assumed that. Anyway, if you came here just to ask me foolish questions, I must request that you leave. I've a business to run.
Best to persuade her she'd be doing the right thing.
Listen, Sybelle. This girl is in considerable danger. I believe that the men chasing her may have been involved in the death of the King's Hand.
The King's Hand was assassinated? Mors, you must be joking.
When have you ever known me to be joking? If these people were powerful enough to assassinate the King's Hand, it won't be difficult for them to track her here.
Well, what would you do if you found her?
The King's Hand wanted this girl protected. I'm here to make sure that happens. I'm sure I can protect her better than you and your girls can.
Very well. I know that you're a man of honor. I hope I don't regret this decision. The girl's name is Jeyne Greystone. She's been hiding here for some time.
I thank you for your trust, Sybelle. Now, where is the girl?
She's in one of my rooms, downstairs. Go down the stairs, turn left. It's the last door on the right. But don't you dare hurt her.
Don't worry. I'm here to protect her. Thank you for your help.
Always the diplomat, you see. Always works out in the end when you're nice to folk. Nearly.
Castle's big enough for all of you.
Well, sometimes. Okay, not all of the time. Not nearly all of the time. Never mind. Lommy and Mule. What's Lommy got to do with it? In the words of Tina Turner.
Oh, my lord, thanks for helping me earlier. Without you, I would have lost a few teeth back there. Come closer, you two. Take a look at our selection of wares.
Ooh.
We'll show them to you.
Who gave you permission to speak to me?
Oh, I beg your pardon, my lord. I did not mean to offend you. I just wanted to help the Night's Watch.
Godric is rather arrogant. A travelling merchant, something's not right. Oh, really?
Listen, peddler. Some of the wildlings I confronted just recently were armed with steel blades. That seemed a bit strange, because wildlings do not forge steel, so these weapons must come from our side of the wall. And then I happen upon your travelling shop here.
I've nothing to do with that, my lord. I would never do such a thing. I have my merchant's honor to uphold.
That's right, and you do well to remember that. You can stay 1 or 2 more days to sell the locals what they need. Nothing more. When you're finished, go back to the south. If I hear that you've strayed further north, or have overstayed your welcome, I'll find you.
Yes, my lord. I swear. I'll leave as soon as I'm done.
In the meantime, I'll see what you've got. They never sell the stuff that we want, the heavy armour. Ooh. Davos Seaworth's gloves. Oh, they're medium. God damn it. The Knight's cloak. Ooh, that's a lot better than what we're wearing, isn't it? 61. Oh, we can't afford it. God damn it. Silver ring. Health recovery plus 10%. It's quite good, isn't it? We can afford that, actually. Actually, we can fill up potions with you guys as well. We've got anything to sell? Well, we do as it happens. Yeah, that was silly actually. I should have put the other guy's armour back on and would have got bargaining chance of... Oh, bargaining chance -3. No, that's a good job we didn't have it on then. I think I might sell Gorn's armour. I don't want to wear it. Ooh, we could buy the cloak. 61, take. Leave us with 11. So that is a good lump of health more, and then it takes the energy cost down and the deflection penalty down to 1.6 as opposed to 2.1. Let's do it. That takes us down to 13. My maths is not so good, people. This better look nice. Ooh, it's quite smart, isn't it? Certainly not all tatty like the other one. We'll see it from the back when we start running, I guess. Right, let us be on with it. We're supposed to be going downstairs. What are we doing over here? So the people to talk to here. Hang on. Patrek.
Hi, it's Moors. I wasn't expecting to meet you here.
Would you shut up?
Patrek, digging for buried treasure already, I see.
You've taken your vow so recently, your words still hang in the air, Patrek.
Please, Moors, you know the Lord Commander turns a blind eye to this sort of thing. Just look at the poor bugger. All of your fellow watchmen are dead. You know how it is. He needs to pick up his spirits.
I can speak for myself, Walder. Moors, would you care to join in our discussion?
It's an opportunity to talk to Patrek.
I don't know much about you, Patrek. I hear you used to be into smuggling.
I don't really want to talk about that, Moors.
Don't be shy, you're amongst brothers here. You've probably seen plenty of interesting things in your life. Tell us.
First of all, I was not a smuggler.
So why is he at the wall?
Weren't your crimes what led you to take the Black?
Very well. If you really want to know, like half the men at the wall, I was once a farmer with fertile lands and a family. Then one day, I lost everything. I was out hunting for stag, and when I returned home, there was nothing but smouldering ruins left. The wildlings were raiding along the coast, and it led them right to my home. My wife, she wasn't the type to let herself be pushed around by anyone. If you saw what they did to her...
7 hells! Every last one of those wildling monsters deserves to die.
All I had left was my warhammer. I'd found it while marching with the Starks during the rebellion. All I could do was take my boat and follow the scum across the Bay of Seals. Once I got to the other side of the wall, it was easier than I'd expected. They probably thought they were out of harm's way, and they were careless. They didn't even try to cover their tracks. When I finally caught up with them, it was dark out. The swine were getting drunk on what they'd stolen from me. So I waited for my moment. After a while, most of them could no longer stand. And that's when I went for them. First, I killed the watchman. But then one of their men saw me and cried out. It became a bloodbath. The drink had made them slow of foot and awkward. It made it easy for me. I don't know how long the killing lasted. When it was over, I was covered in blood, wounds, my clothes slashed to shreds. I said to myself, Pat, you're a dead man. Might as well let the cold take you. I let myself drift off. When I opened my eyes, I was in Castle Black. I had been picked up by rangers who'd discovered the camp. It took me a month to heal. In that time, I was accused of everything by the Brothers of the Night's Watch, smuggling, being a wildling, and I just couldn't convince otherwise. So, as soon as I was able to walk again, I was given the choice. Take the Black or the noose.
You suffered an injustice, but you had the right of it to join us, brother. You have a new family now.
Incredible! I didn't know a killer like you was one of our recruits.
What about you, Walder? How did you get to the wall?
Let me think about it for a minute. Where to begin?
I think I know what you want to talk about.
Say nothing, Moors. You'll spoil the surprise. You see my necklace, Patrek? The High Septon gave it to me personally.
The High Septon? The head of the Faith of the Seven? You must be joking.
I swear it's true.
He's right, but I'm not sure you really want to hear the story.
On the contrary, I would like to hear it.
Very well. I had a simple, humble, and poor life, like you, Patrek. Much like any other peasant in the Seven Kingdoms, you might say. I had a wife, Shori. She was delicate and buxom, always smiling, a good woman, never complained without good reason. She was devoted to the Seven and always ready to aid her neighbor. The best day in my life was the day she agreed to marry me. But all good things come to an end. She fell ill while with child. I sold everything to pay for her treatment. My livestock, my fields, and even my home. All that only to be sold false remedies by swindlers preying on my love. When I finally figured out what they were doing, I pounced on 2 of the filthy whoresons and gave them what they deserved. I beat them bloody and took my time over it, too.
You chose your destiny, as we did ours.
I wasn't expecting that from you, Walder. I'd mistaken you for a skilled thief.
It would have been better if I was. I probably wouldn't be here now. I spent 20 years of my life protecting this piece of ice. And unlike you, if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't.
So that's when they caught you?
No, let me finish. Shuri held out until the end of her pregnancy, so that the child could survive. She suffered more than I imagined possible. The day she went into labor, I was alone with her. Giving birth to our daughter was too much strain. It killed her. I buried her that same evening. I wanted a better life for my little girl, a different life. I swore by the Seven that she wouldn't end up like her mother, that she would only have the best. The following day, I left home carrying what was left of my possessions on my back, to baptize my little girl into the faith. I walked for more than 3 weeks, feeding my little girl as I could, and praying each day that she would survive. I eventually reached King's Landing. I knelt before the wondrous gold and crystal dome of the Great Sept. Once inside, an old Septon welcomed me. I told him my story. I confessed everything. He listened attentively. I cried on his shoulder, and he comforted me with soothing words. Afterwards, he took my daughter in for observation. He asked a servant to bring him some goat's milk, and that's when I understood. That old man wasn't just a Septon. He was the High Septon himself.
Really?
Yes. He said if I handed myself in to the King's justice, they would take care of my daughter. He would personally ensure that she'd have a good life.
And you gave yourself up? Just like that?
That's right. I gave them my little girl and handed myself over to the King's justice. When they brought me in, the High Septon personally gave me this necklace. For me, it represents my absolution.
Quite a story.
Yeah, I suppose so. But yours wasn't too bad either.
Each and every sworn brother has his tale to tell, and none of them are enviable.
What about you, Moors? Why did you come to the wall?
I can't talk now, Patrek. I have affairs to attend to. I must go. I'll turn a blind eye this time, but don't linger here too much longer.
We'll have another round and then we're off, I promise.
That was alright. Quite interesting listening to that story. Right, maybe we should try and find this girl now. There was another conversation over here. Somewhere. Ooh, cook.
Out of my kitchen. I've enough troubles without having to clean up after the likes of you.
Oh, really? Is that the height of his conversation?
Out of my kitchen.
Right.
I've enough...
Right then. Alright, it's always worth looking at. Oh. I've actually a feeling this is where we're meant to be, you know.
Well, no one wants to take the oath anymore.
We're supposed to go left, I think, but let's just check the doors.
Perhaps a nice vintage from our cellars.
What are you blathering about?
Off with you, halfwit, unless you want trouble.
I think you need a password to get through there. I think that's what that's all about. I've got a vague recollection of that. Ah.
What a fool. One day I'll get out of this shithole once and for all.
Seems to be coming from them, doesn't it?
But how did you lose it, you fool?
It's not my fault. My pockets are full of holes. Anyway, it shouldn't be too difficult. I want fresh fish, but your fish is rotten. Oh, yeah?
Aye, she looks good from
so many of them now either.
Who wants fresh fish?
I want fresh fish, but your fish is rotten.
Oh yeah? Well then, why don't you go buy some?
It's not my fault.
Neck ring of the first men. Luck +1. I'm assuming we can only have one. Oh no, you can have 2 rings on. Lovely.
I know, it's terrible. What the hell are the Night's Watch doing? We feed them and for what? So they say. Oh shit, I live there. I know it's just their little scheme.
It looks like a button, doesn't it?
Any drinks? He often hits me.
Could be a real gift from the gods. You probably have a lot of coins.
Soon clocks up that money, you know. You get six each pickup.
Given us such a fright.
Not at all.
Lost me bloody bearings though. Pretty sure that's where we came down, isn't it?
But they were pushed back.
No, maybe not.
Shouldn't be too difficult. That sweet southern one. Aye, she looks good from afar. I've been thinking I'll always try her out one of these days.
What did I do to the Seven to deserve such a husband?
No one seems to mind us just wandering through, taking their bits and pieces. Whoa. Guards.
What's all that noise?
Well, not guards, I think they're bad uns anyway.
May the stranger take me. A crow this far from its home?
It's the butcher. Mind yourself with that one.
Of course. But we could say this is our territory. We don't approve of strangers stomping around here.
Silence your tongue, Ben. You trying to get us killed? What should we do, my lord?
I'll question them first. They're lawbreakers. I hope they die. We won't get anything out of them. Have them clear out.
What are you doing here?
We're here on business. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do you think you can easily fool me? I know the both of you. So spill your secrets before I make spill something else of yours.
Please, we're only carrying a few goods to help out our friends.
Smuggled goods. A girl came through here recently. Did you see her?
If a lass had come through here, we'd have noticed it, my lord. Sorry, we've seen nothing.
Get them to clear out.
Consider yourself lucky this time around. If I catch you smuggling again, I won't be so lenient. Now, out of my way.
Listen to the Black Brother Bran. We will obey you.
And who was that girl? Another one of your mistresses?
Who's that girl then, eh? Bloody maze down here, what's going on? Yeah, we've already been in there. This way. Well, there she be. Just check the room out. Is there anything else? Seems not. Well, I know you're all waiting in anticipation, but I think we're going to wrap things up there, and we're going to talk to Jeyne Greystone at the beginning of part 8. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you once again in the Game of Thrones game on the PlayStation 3, and I shall catch you next time, folks. Take it easy. Bye.